Days of Our Lives spoilers for the next 2 weeks, June 9 to June 20, reveal that fans will see some wedding day surprises, while Doug Williams' IE faces double trouble. Kate Roberts Brady's desire for revenge on Xander Kyriakis will also grow stronger. So let's discuss what's coming up in Salem. During the week of June 9 to 13, John Black's funeral will be rough on Marlena Evans, but she'll put on a brave face and bear it as best as she can. Duo viewers have already been enjoying plenty of comebacks, but there are more ahead. Days spoilers say Charles Shaughnessy will return as Shane Donovan, while Tommy DeMera shows back up on-screen as well. Rachel Black will have some emotional meltdowns as she tries to cope with John's passing, but Brady will step up and try to help her. Even so, Brady and Kristen DeMera will worry about the lasting effects on Rachel since she's dealing with so much, especially since she witnessed Johnny DeMera with a gun that night at the DeMera mansion. Other days, spoilers say Ariana Horton will divulge a secret to Tate Black, which may involve her recent hookup with Doug and her desire for more hot encounters with him. Will Tate blab to Holly Jonas about Ari and Doug connecting in the bedroom, or keep that news to himself? Regardless, Doug's juggling his lingering feelings for Holly with his new interest in Ari, so he'll land in double the trouble when it all blows up. At Beau Brady's facility, he'll refuse to just sit around when John's loved ones are honoring his memory. Beau will want to pay his respects as well since John's final mission involved saving his life. After Beau ignores his doctor's recommendation, he may join John's wake and let Marlena know just how much John's sacrifice meant to him. Beau and Hope Brady will also spend a little more time celebrating their reunion, so that'll be a treat for fans of this popular Days couple. Since the anniversary of Abigail DeMera's demise is on the way, Jack Deverell will take a moment to reflect on some memories and acknowledge how much he misses her. While Xander and Sarah Kyriakis have a major confrontation over Victoria Kyriakis, Kate will keep supporting Philip Kyriakis at his hospital bedside. Philip is going to awaken sooner or later, and once he does, then Kate can focus on getting the revenge she so desperately wants. Xander could have some payback ahead of him if Kate has anything to say about it. After Belle Black gets honest with EJ DeMera, they'll have to figure out what the future holds for them. Belle dumped EJ recently since it felt disrespectful to John's wishes, but will she change her mind or stand her ground? During the week of June 16 to 20, there will be some wedding day surprises as Paul Narita and Andrew Donovan tie the knot. It'll be nice for all John's mourners to experience a happier occasion, especially since John would be tickled pink over Andrew and Paul's marriage ceremony. As for Holly and Ari, they could both end up in danger thanks to the stalker drama connected to Doug. Could one or both girls get kidnapped for ransom? Meanwhile, Tate and Sophia Choi will ultimately face some baby chaos. There's no word yet on exactly when Sophia will go into labor, but you can bet she'll totally freak out once it happens. Days of Our Lives spoilers say the next 2 weeks will bring some intense moments, so stay tuned for updates on all the shockers. Days of Our Lives spoilers update for the week of June 9 to 13 reveals that Beau Brady will go against his doctor's orders while Channel Dupree DeMera asks a tough question. As Salem gets ready for John Black's final goodbye, Rachel Black will need some support from her dad. Brady Black will do his best to comfort Rachel, but her emotions will really start to spin out eventually. John's funeral will bring some tears and even some laughter as some hilarious memories resurface. There will also be a wake that allows John's loved ones to gather and continue to share stories. Once Beau gets updates on John's demise, he may become determined to break out of his facility and go pay his respects. Days spoilers say Beau will go against his doctor's orders, so he may discharge himself sooner than expected. Over with Ariana Horton, she'll divulge a secret to Tate Black. Tate might hear the news that Ari and Doug Williams' IV have hit it off in the bedroom. Days spoilers say that could put Tate in a tight spot when it comes to how much he'll reveal to Holly Jonas about Doug's complicated love life. As for Channel, she'll ask Tate a tough question at some point. Channel will inquire about the adoption and whether Tate's found new parents for his baby with Sophia Choi. Johnny DiMera was adamant about not being ready for fatherhood yet, but Channel will still be disappointed that the adoption didn't work out. That's why it'll be hard for Channel to quiz Tate about his adoption journey, but she may put on a brave face and show him kindness anyway. Next, Jack Devereaux will grieve for Abigail DiMera and take a moment to remember his daughter. The anniversary of Abigail's demise is coming up, so Jack will reflect on the past and wish she were still around. Other days spoilers say Jennifer Horton Devereaux will have a catch-up session with Hope Brady and Julie Williams. Across town, Alex Kyriakis and Stephanie Johnson will turn up the heat in their romance. But more DOL drama could be brewing thanks to her manuscript getting passed around, while Kate Roberts Brady sits by Philip Kyriakis' bedside and once again urges him to wake up. Xander Kyriakis will be busy facing off with Sarah Kyriakis over their little girl. Days of Our Lives spoilers say the Victoria Kyriakis custody mayhem will heat up, so don't miss all the action. The time has come to say farewell to John Black on Days of Our Lives. Family and friends pay John one final goodbye in what is sure to be a tearjerker of a week. Look for several familiar faces to return, some of whom you can spot in the preview below. John Black defined heroism and romance for over 40 years on Days of Our Lives and daytime in general. Indeed, he died a hero, helping to procure the formula that saved Beau Brady's life. As Beau was reunited with his wife and children, Marlena and her children were forced to say goodbye to John. Everyone gathers to remember John, especially his love of baseball, which gives them fond memories to help heal. But John was known for more than baseball. He was a cop, a businessman, a hero, a father, and a lover. John had a complicated past. He came to Salem as the pawn, and then spent many years believing he was Roman Brady, thanks to Stefano's brainwashing. For over 2 decades, John's search for his family ended with him finally finding his roots in his father, Timothy Robichaud. One thing is certain, there will never be another John Black, and that's a fact. Read the Days of Our Lives spoilers to find out who refuses to follow orders, and what Xander and Sarah clash over. In the Days of Our Lives spoilers for Monday, June 9 to Friday, June 13, John Black's funeral brings Salem together as they mourn their collective loss. Elsewhere, Xander and Sarah clash, Beau puts himself at risk, Steve shares news, and Jack finally accepts a difficult truth. Read on for all the details. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Monday, June 9. A dark cloud hangs over Salem as the residents prepare to say farewell to one of their most beloved citizens, John. For a photo-filled preview of John's funeral, click here. When Steve delivers big news to Kayla, will it be something good? Aries got a secret, and she's ready to share it with Tate. When Eric goes into a worry spiral, Roman offers him reassurance. Hallmark exclusive. Allison Sweeney and Ashley Williams ponder a Wild Days slash as the world turns crossover, and we could have Meg Ryan in it. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Tuesday, June 10. Friends old and new gather as the funeral service for John gets underway. Channel asks Tate for the latest news regarding the adoption of his soon-to-arrive child. Nothing seems able to calm an increasingly upset Rachel. Beau and Hope continue to reconnect with one another. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Wednesday, June 11. As John's funeral continues, Beau refuses to follow the orders of his doctors. Is he putting his fragile recovery in jeopardy? Channel is there for Johnny when he opens up about his fear. Despite their divorce, Sean is there for Belle during this difficult time. As real-life newlyweds share scenes from their magical honeymoon, find out who's seeing whom off-screen on all soaps. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Thursday, June 12. As the funeral ends and John's wake begins, loved ones gather to share memories of the late hero. Bo hopes to change Steve's mind. Having finally come to accept his daughter is truly dead, Jack pays his respects to Abigail as he mourns her loss. Jennifer catches up with Julie and Hope. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Friday, June 13. Kate, who has vowed to make Xander pay, sits at her son's bedside, hoping he'll wake up. Sarah and Xander clash over the most important thing in their lives, daughter Victoria. Sean reaches out to sincerely apologize to Jada. Tough as it is, Belle has to confess a hard truth to EJ. Stephanie and Alex carve out a little time for some romance. Days of Our Lives spoilers reveal that after John Black's death, Kat Green wanted to offer her support to Marlena Evans. Doc wasn't there, but Tate Black was. During that encounter, Kat recognized the photo of Sami Brady. So what exactly is their connection, and how will it affect John's death storyline? Keep reading and let's talk about the possibilities. Fans know that John returned to Salem and was going to reunite with Doc. However, there was a crisis involving Bo Brady. The sepsis miracle drug was stolen. John arrived as backup for Steve Johnson, Sean Brady, and Hope Brady even before seeing his wife. John was badly injured in a meth lab explosion, but stayed alive long enough to say goodbye. After John's horrific explosion, a lot of family and friends returned to Salem. Will Horton, Paul Narita, Jack Devereaux, Jennifer Horton Devereaux, and others. As John's funeral gets underway, there will be other returns as well. A few of these include Tony DiMera and Anna DiMera. Everyone will have stories and memories to share. Sami didn't come back after hearing the news about John, although she tried. It was mentioned that Sami and Sydney DiMera were having issues getting flights out. There were weather problems and the planes were currently grounded. Days of Our Lives spoilers reveal that in the episode that aired on Thursday, June 5, 2025, Kat stopped by the JRLENA penthouse. Tate answered the door and wasn't too pleased to see Kat. The young woman explained she was there to offer her support to Marlena, and she worked with her now. Kat didn't get to see Marlena, but did share her story of why John's death has hit her so hard. First, it should be noted that Kat seemed deeply affected by John's death. Kat told him she was sorry. For strangers, it seems Kat's reaction to John's photo was a bit strange. Then, Kat recognized a photo of Sami. How would Kat recognize Sami in the first place, and from where? Do they have some kind of hidden connection? Will John's death spur a new mystery? And is there another reason why Sami never made it to Salem before John died? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Keep watching the soap on Peacock to find out what happens next. Days of Our Lives spoilers and rumors tease there has to be a reason that Sami Brady looks so familiar to Kat Green. Where could they have crossed paths in the past that Kat isn't remembering? And more importantly, why? Viewers will remember when Kat first came to town. She was playing the part of Abigail DiMera, who has been presumed dead, and Clyde Weston blackmailed her. Her brother Mark Green had been in on the scam and is currently in prison. Clyde had their mother captive. However, Kat had been in the same serious car wreck that had killed the family's father, and everyone thought the mother and Kat were killed as well. Clyde was later shot, and now he's in an indeterminate coma, so he can't shed light on any of it. But Kat seems to be missing memories, even after reuniting with Katharina Melionis Green, and the photos she saw of Sami is triggering them. But why? The late John Black's connection was cleared up when Kat's mother turned out to be the girl he thought he killed in Greece, the daughter of Konstantin Melionis. Clyde somehow apparently discovered their connection, John being found after missing in Greece, in the room where Kat was filmed in Missouri. John lived long enough to find out he hadn't killed Katharina after all, but that doesn't explain why Sami's familiar to Kat, but yet she can't place her. John, of course, had a connection to Sami as her stepfather, but where does Kat's missing memory of her come in? Did they meet? Did they interact? Or did she see another photo of her? It's definitely a mystery needing to be solved. Could there be a simple answer? Or will it be more complicated? Sami's lived all over the world and has been in witness protection a couple of times. Sami also has modeled for Mad World Cosmetics when she was working for them. Might she be familiar to Cat for that reason? That would be the simple answer, but might there be a more complicated one? One thing to bear in mind is that Cat doesn't look like her family remembered her looking, even though Katharina accepted her as her daughter. What if there's a really mind-blowing reason for her missing memory of Sami? And she really is Abigail, but doesn't know it. No DNA tests ever been done. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with DOL right now. Come back here often for Days of Our Lives spoilers, news, and updates. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Monday, June 9, hint at some interesting moments in the land of Salem. The town gathers to say goodbye to father, husband, friend, and hero. Plus, someone has some big news, while another has a major worry, and a character spills a secret. What's set to unravel on Monday's show? Time to find out. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Monday, June 9, imply that the town will gather to say goodbye to John Black. It sounds like next week will continue to be a flurry of emotion as the soap pays tribute to an iconic character and actor. In related news, Brady Black will do all he can to comfort poor Rachel Black, who will not only be reeling from John's passing, but might still be upset about E.J. DiMera and Johnny DiMera's arguing the night he was shot. Then again, is she upset about something else? Fans will have to tune in to find out. Across town, Ariana Horton will share a secret with her cousin, Tate Black. It sounds like Ari may spill the beans about her one-nighter with Doug Williams' IUO. So will he run to Holly Jonas about it? Ari may swear Tate to secrecy, but as fans know, he isn't the best at keeping his mouth shut, so only time will tell. Finally, Days of Our Lives spoilers for Monday indicate that Steve Johnson will have major news for Kayla Johnson. Their family could use some good news, so could this be about Bo Brady's return to Salem? Meanwhile, Eric Brady will worry, as his father, Roman Brady, will attempt to reassure him about something. Could Eric be worried about Marlena Evans and how she'll cope after John's funeral, or is this about Nicole Walker? Are you excited about Monday's show? Tune into the Peacock Soap Daily so you don't miss a moment of the drama, and visit SOS often for the best Days of Our Lives spoilers, updates, and news. This week, Days of Our Lives reminded us of how well they used to do young couples when we watched the reunion of Hope and Bo, who first met when she was still a teenager. From day one, we knew this was a one true pairing. On the June 5 episode, however, viewers were left scratching their heads as to whom we were supposed to be rooting for, or even why. The first triangle we got was Holly/Tate/Sophia. Holly was the good girl. How, with Nicole as a mother, we'll never know. Sophia was the bad girl, and Tate was the uninteresting boy they both, for some reason, wanted. But then Sophia got pregnant and went from vixen to victim, and Holly dumped Tate when he didn't appreciate her support of thief and liar Doug. Are we supposed to be rooting for Tate and Holly? Holly and Doug? And if that's the case, where does Ari fit in? The night Doug and Ari met, they hooked up. And once he got over the fact that he'd slept with a minor, Doug agreed that he'd like to see Ari again, even if he was a bit weirded out to find out she and Holly were elementary school buddies. Thursday's episode suggested a triangle was brewing between Holly, Doug, and Ari. But at the same time, Holly went over to offer Tate condolences over John's death, and quickly scurried off when Tate said he and Sophia were off to tour the labor and delivery floor at University Hospital. This isn't a triangle anymore. It's not even a quad. It's a quint, but it's a quint where we don't know whom we're supposed to care about. Holly sure dumped Tate fast. Tate sure seems concerned about Sophia and their child. Doug sure seems into Ari, and not into Holly's tutoring. They're all cute enough, and the actors are competent enough, but this isn't a love story yet. It's a game of musical chairs. Another beloved veteran is back at Days of Our Lives to attend this week's poignant funeral for John Black. Here's the soap's latest comings and goings, casting news. Find out which popular performers are returning to the show this week, if any newcomers are joining the soap in contract, recurring, or day player roles, and if any of your favorite actors or actresses are leaving the Peacock drama. Add Charles Shaughnessy to the long list of performers from yesteryear returning for John's memorial service. The actor resurfaces in Salem as ISA agent Shane Donovan on Monday, June 9. He shares scenes with Deidre Hall's Marlena and many others during his visit to the show. Peter Reckel and Christian Alfonso get more airtime as super couple Beau and Hope Brady too. The duo resurface in Salem on Tuesday, June 10, as John's funeral comes to a close. Melissa Reeves as Jennifer Devereaux, Matthew Ashford as Jack Devereaux, Greg Vaughn as Eric Brady, Christy Clark as Carrie Brady Reed, and Chandler Massey as Will Horton are also continuing their story arcs. Alice Halsey pops back in as Rachel Black, Kristen and Brady's daughter. She airs on Monday, June 9. Meanwhile, that was Vincent Simard portraying Beau Weston last week. The tyke is Sierra and Ben's son. And Adam Chambers played Dave, a skydiving instructor, in scenes with Chad and Kat. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Monday, June 9 prove that dads matter, as Brady is there to reassure Rachel, and Roman does the same for Eric. Rachel had a nightmare that her grandpa John died. Kristen reassured her that he was fine, and they'd visit him soon at the hospital. But then Brady stopped by with the news of John's death, and they had to break the news to their little girl. Rachel is devastated. Luckily, Brady is there to guide her through her grief. Who wants to bet Kristen will find a way to use even this crisis for her argument that Brady should come back to her? For poor, sad Rachel's sake, of course. Not only did John want his memorial to be at the Brady pub, but it is also the site of multiple meaningful conversations. First, Roman reunites with Eric as they discuss his son's new life in Paris and his concerns about what he may have left behind. Then, Ari has a secret to share with Tate. Are they related? Ari's dad, Will, is a Brady via his mother, Sami, and Tate is a Brady via his grandmother, Kimberly. So, Kimberly and Roman are siblings, which makes Sami and Theresa cousins, which makes Will and Tate second cousins, which makes Ari and Tate second cousins once removed. Is that kissing cousins distance? As Sal gets ready to say goodbye to John, Steve takes a moment to spring some major news on Kayla, and this time it's actually good. Something to hold onto as the sadness threatens to overwhelm everyone. Days of Our Lives spoilers for the week of June 9 to 13, 2025 tease Salem saying goodbye to John while they welcome back Beau and Hope. The heartbreak will continue in Salem as everyone prepares to say goodbye to John at his memorial. The week will start with Marlena being joined by Eric, Will, Carrie, and many more Salemites to remember her late husband. Later in the week, Salem will perk up a little when Beau and Hope return home, despite Beau defying doctor's orders mid-week. Hope will most likely order him to do whatever he has to in order to get better. And when they finally arrive in Salem, they'll reunite with Jennifer. On Monday, amidst the sadness and grief of John's passing, Ari will share a secret with Tate. Will the secret be that she slept with Doug IE, or will it relate to her suspicious behavior regarding her graduation? Either way, she's got both parents with her in Salem right now, so odds are she'll be on an even tighter leash until Will goes back to Arizona. On Friday, Kate sits vigil at her son's bedside. Philip is still in a coma since Xander's beating. Salem already lost John. Are they about to lose Philip too? Days of Our Lives sees Beau Brady woke up from a 2+ year coma, and that's after he ran amok after waking up in Megan Hathaway's lab after 8 years in cold storage. Beau just name-dropped Megan. So, is a showdown ahead? Let's dive into what we could see this summer now that Beau is back and sticking around for a little while. The good thing is, first off, his son Sean Brady can finally set aside his guilt. And of course, Bo was thrilled when he woke up to declare his love for his wife, Hope Brady, his fancy face. And then his daughter Shira Brady introduced him to his grandson, Little Bo, and granddaughter Addie. But the Brady family also talked about his life-saving miracle. But Bo doesn't know everything yet. Sadly, John Black took a turn for the worst this past Monday, June 2nd, and died in Marlena Evans' arms. Something Bo has yet to find out. Sean told Hope, but they have not yet told Bo, and I think it would have been hard for him to hear. Because Hope had to tell Bo that his dad, Victor Kiriakis, was dead, and so is her dad, Doug Williams. Of course, Bo was grief-stricken to learn that both his biological father and his father-in-law died while he was in this coma. And then Sean finally got to apologize for shooting his dad. And he said it was all his fault, but Bo set him straight right away. He told Sean that shooting never would have happened if Megan hadn't been playing God with his life to start with. So we have to wonder now that Bo's awake, is Megan going to hear that her former crush is, back out of that coma? Is she going to try to reach out to Bo? I think being electrocuted in that hot tub did something to Megan, because she is fixated and she's not quite right. So this comeback of Bo Brady coinciding with the loss of John Black has had Days of Our Lives fans simultaneously excited and sad. And the ride has only just begun for those in Salem. First, Bo's got to be told that John died from injuries sustained getting the Versix medication to save his life. And then next week, more family well-wishers arrive in Salem to honor John Black and support Marlena and the kids. That includes Bo, Hope, Sierra, and Sean. And of course, Bo is going to take John's sacrifice hard. But we all know Bo would have done the exact same thing for John had the tables been turned. Plus, in the end, Bo again knows ultimately all of this is down to Megan. But then again, if you think about it, Fancy Face wouldn't have Bo back if not for Megan. So she kind of owes her a thank you. That brain cancer that killed him, if you remember, Bo died in Hope's arms in 2015. And then it was in 2023, on the Days of Our Lives spin-off Beyond Salem Chapter 2, that we learned that Megan had been kept alive by her late father Stefano DiMera and his mad scientist Dr. Wilhelm Rolf. She had been kept in a cryogenic chamber. And then, when Bo died of brain cancer, he was also tucked away in a giant test tube on DiMera Island. And Rolf got the tumor out of his head, cured the cancer. But when Bo woke up and asked about Hope, well, of course, Megan freaked out, and she brainwashed Bo into being her loyal henchman, along with Harris Michaels. By the end of Beyond Salem Chapter 2, we had seen Bo travel to Greece. He was kind of obsessed with the Kiriakis side of his family, and he didn't quite remember his love for Hope, and he was kind of embracing that Kiriakis dark side. And then Sean saw his dad Bo threaten his mom with a gun, and his cop instincts took hold. Sean had his gun out, and right then Bo's memories of Hope came back, and right as he said Fancy Face, the bullet hit Bo. That was it. So another coma, but this time at least, when he woke up it was to his beloved Hope. Not crazy Megan. But will she come out of hiding to try and retake Bo? Reclaim him as hers like she thinks he is? According to Someday spoilers, Hope wants Bo to stay in Salem to recuperate. But he may want to continue his recovery overseas. We also know Hope and Bo have an exciting story arc this summer. Supposed to be tied into the Kiriakis family with a side of Alamein for zest. So we'll see. There should be more spoilers on that soon. What we don't know yet is if Megan makes an appearance to get back with her high school sweetheart. I will say Bo owes a lot to her and Dr. Rolf for curing his brain cancer. But I also think his debt was repaid, because he was forced to do Megan's bidding while he was brainwashed. So I don't know. They may be on even footing, but I think Hope should have some things to say to Megan. The last time we saw Stefano's daughter on Days of Our Lives, she was getting close with her sister Kristen DiMera. She was thanking her son Dmitry von Luschner DiMera for helping her gain immunity on a criminal deal. and then she had more plans. But Megan's power-hungry schemes were thwarted. She wound up being shot by Harris when he was brainwashed to shoot Stefan Demura. But Gaby Hernandez pounced on Harris, and it was Megan who caught the bullet. She was sent to the hospital, and she was facing more trouble. But her dad's pet madman, Dr. Rolf, helped her escape, and if I recall, they left Salem in a submarine July 6, 2023. So maybe July 6, 2025, we get her back. You know, a 2-year anniversary for the Mad Woman. Because with Bo named dropping Megan, that could mean something. And I could totally see her sneaking back into Salem to lay eyes on the newly revived and still extremely handsome Bo Brady that she loves like no other. Now, it's supposed to already be a very interesting summer for Hope and Bo with this Kyriakis storyline. And he just found out that Xander Cook, who he remembered as one of Victor's henchmen, is his brother. So that was another shocker when they were playing catch-up.